What's going on, you rapscallions? It's the 24th day of April, and here we are sitting at about $78,000 with roughly 11 hours left in this day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 24th day of April. We're coming to the end of this month. Here it is right here. Boom. That's the beginning of May. And I'd like to do some short-term analysis and some longer-term analysis as well in this video, so we'll get into that. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's go. All right. So I do believe, first and foremost, I still do believe that if we were to have sold off, we would have done it already. I do believe that we will sell off. I do believe that this upward sloping trend is coming to an end, and I've been saying that really since the middle of this month, that we're at the end of this trend. Even here, I was saying that, right? But we flipped bullish. We literally flipped bullish at this low here. We flipped bullish at this low here. I mean, we were bullish all the way down at these lows, right? Bearish at these highs, bearish at these highs. We're bearish at these highs. I'm bearish at these highs, but I still do expect that we're going to see a little bit more of a push higher. And whether that push takes us above 80K or just below 80K, something just above this high is kind of what I'm expecting. I don't think that we're going to go up to 85K. I think a lot of people have their hopes and dreams set on that. If we do, it might be some wicked kind of pump that then dumps. We leave a pretty big wick behind. Maybe that could happen. Maybe. But I'm more thinking that we're going to top off somewhere right here around 80K and maybe not even above 80K, just below it. If we zoom out, we look at the all-time high, which is at $126,000, to the low here at $60,000. High to low. The 382 right here is at about 79.7K. All right. Now we're on the Binance chart. This doesn't have all the history, but let's just go back to the last Bitcoin bear market, okay? And again, remember, 382, the yellow line, 79.7K. We've gotten very close to this line, very, very close. It's very common to either reject directly at it, or more common actually to wick a little bit above it. This is where we could go a little bit above 80K, maybe just a little bit, maybe. Okay. Keep in mind though, it's the 382 that we're interacting with here. All right. We look at the prior bear market. We take the all-time high, right, the beginning point, if I can get it, the prior bear market, to the low here, and we found resistance at the 382 not once but twice, inevitably working our way up to the 0.5, but we found resistance at the 382 twice. Both times took us to the 236 and below, actually. Okay, right there, 382 rejection. We take the low, or the high to low here, and you can see right there the 382 again. You wick a little bit above there, but that was a rejection point. Okay, we take the high, that same high to this low here, the 382 again providing resistance. So even on the least significant highs to the most significant highs, we found significance at the 382 in the bear market. Okay, I don't know about this one. I don't know how this one will work out, but let's keep going. Why not? High to low here, just below the 382. Couldn't even really make it above there. High to low here, just below the 382. Couldn't even make it above there. Right where we are now. Right where we are now. And each time sending us to lower prices. And you best believe everybody was super bullish on Bitcoin here. They were super bullish on Bitcoin here. They were super bullish on Bitcoin here. Every single step of the way. Just like we are now. We could go back to further bear markets, but I don't really care to. I think the point's been made, right? Just the significance of this area. And we look at this even, right, from a high to a low here. Where did we find resistance? You may be surprised to find that it was just above the 382, and we found resistance just below it too, a few times. Going to the 236 at least, going below the 236 several times after finding resistance at the 382. We take this high to the low, and we're right there, man. We are right there, guys. The 236, the red line, 71.5K. Typically, every time we've been in a bear market that we've seen rejection from the 382, we go below there, and perhaps even to the next leg down. Right? Relative to this high I guess we could take a fib relative to this high real quick. We are definitely above the 382 here. Let's see. There we go. Zooming in a little bit. We'll get the zoomies. The golden ratio of this move, the relative golden ratio is right here, right where the relative 382 is, you guys. And I'm not saying that we go up this high. I personally don't expect that we actually get up to these levels. But even if we do, it's a perfect area to reject from. What's every single analyst in the crypto space telling you? They're all saying the same thing. If 80K breaks, that's it, the low is in. Oh, if we get to 81 or 85K up here, that's it, the low is in. Just the way Bitcoin operates, at least in my 10.5 years being in the space here, typically it does the thing that screws with the most people. It messes with people. And I actually made a post yesterday on X saying that Bitcoin is going to mess with a lot of you. I didn't say that. I cussed. I use profanities a little bit more on X, but Bitcoin's going to mess with a lot of you over the next week. And the reason why is because it's going to go to this area where all the professionals are going to say, oh, that's it. Bear market lows in, time to move up, 100K incoming, next bull market has started. And people have already been saying that, but it's going to be to a larger degree. And then the bears, because we're going to be up, maybe we're up in this area. Maybe we're up just at like 80K, just like right here. Maybe we're just below the golden ratio, whatever. Whether we're right there at that line or right here at this top line or anywhere in between, the bears are going to be dead silent. They're not going to, because this move has gone on longer than I think anybody from the bearish side was really expecting. But really, we're just at a prior point of past support here, the golden ratio just above the 382 on the overall fib. At serious points of resistance, we're going to mess with people because right here is actually the testing grounds. Right here, the threshold that we're approaching right now is the place to test. It's not the place to validate. The place to validate would be probably, I would think, anything above like 85, 86K. Anything above there, then we're validated. But we have to get multiple daily closes. It's not that simple, right? We can't just wick above there and then, oh, the bull market's starting. You're going to have a lot of people throughout the space convinced, if we do move up just a little bit more, convinced that the bull market has started, and they're going to be very convincing too. And right in that most convincing moment, that's when we're going to dump. And the bears are going to be super loud, and then the bulls are going to be super quiet, and everyone's going to be convinced that it's going to go down, and then we're going to move up, and we're going to move down, and we're going to move. It's going to be messing with you really, really hard. And I think at the end of the day, if you want to keep that noise to the most quiet effect that it can be, the lowest volume effect that it can be, the noise of the media, of your socials, of people weighing in on their opinions, my thoughts are we're at the highest price we've been at really since January of this year in months, okay, over a quarter of a year. It's probably a good time to de-risk, probably. But what if we go up another $2,000? What if, man? We're probably going to drop more than $10,000 from here, probably. So if we go up another 2,000, we go up another 5,000. I mean that number still stands. I thoroughly believe we're going to go below 72K. I thoroughly believe that we could interact with 67K. We will likely see something around this line for support, just above, just below, whatever. And not to mention, this could be the point of contention that breaks this range to the downside. This could be it. I wanted to get into the short-term stuff, but screw it. We're doing some long-term stuff today. Everybody is telling you selling may go away. And it's getting to be that point, right? We're at the 24th of April. We've got a week left in this month. Selling may go away. We said this months ago that people are going to be talking about it. I've been waiting to really talk about this, though I have, I think, made a couple videos with this exact point of reference here. We're going to go over your whole selling may go away thing, and you're going to find out right now that selling may go away is nonsense. It doesn't exist. It actually doesn't exist at all for Bitcoin. Yeah, selling may go away doesn't exist, guys. Sell in April and go away. Sell in March and go away. Sell in June and go away. Makes more sense. Sell in May and go away. It's a good, like, I don't know, idea, but it doesn't work. Let me just show you. I mean, maybe it works, depending on how you want to look at it. To me, it doesn't work. You got a lot of people trying to say that it does work, but let's go over every May in Bitcoin's history, and then we'll single out the Mays that just so happen to be in the bear markets. Okay, so here's May 2010, the very first May. All right, April, May 2011. Sell in May, go away. Did it work here? No, it did not. That was a horrible idea. Did it work here? No, it did not. That was a horrible idea. If you sold in May, whenever May opened up, I mean, at the end of the bear market, you might have had a chance. If you sold at the top, you had to wait a few months, but you missed on some serious pumping. I mean, from $8.60 all the way up to $30, you missed a lot of pumping. Sell in May and go away did not work either of those times. It didn't work here. It didn't work here. It didn't work here. Sell in May and go away didn't even work here. Now, if you sold in May and you went away, you would have been able to buy at lower prices, probably, right? From a price of $130 down to $70. That's a pretty big difference. But really, it was sell in April and go away. That worked. Not sell in May and go away. Sell in May, go away, you're late to the party. And that's what we're going to find here, is that either it doesn't work at all, or if it works, you're late to the party. You're not doing it in the most optimal way. May is not the month to sell. Typically, it's the month before, or the months before, or the month after, if at all, in this kind of seasonal thing. Didn't work here, didn't work here, didn't work here, didn't work here. Sell in May and go away, I would say it worked here. There you go. You got one. 1 out of 5. There we go. It worked. Sell in May, go away. Did it work here? I don't think it did. I mean, you pumped the next 2 months afterwards, and you really just moved sideways. Did you see lower prices at some point? Sure, but like, it really didn't work, man. So no, it did not work here. No, it did not work here. Sell in May, go away. Did it work here? Did it? Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. Sell in May, go away. Sell in April, go away. Both of those kind of worked there. Really, it was sell in December and go away. I mean, this, you could say it worked. We're going to say it worked just because we're going to be nice. But what, that's like 2 out of 8 times? Okay. Sell in May, go away did not work here. It was sell in June and go away that worked. Hell, even sell in July and go away worked. Sell in May, go away, you missed out on a little bit of pumping. Sell in May, go away did not work here. Sell in May, go away. Did it work? I mean, if you sold the beginning of May, yeah, I guess it worked. I guess it worked. That's another one that worked right there. There's 3 of them so far that worked. Sell in May, go away here. Did that work? No. Sell in April, go away. Sell in March, go away. That worked. If you sold in May and you went away, you probably weren't upset, but you weren't optimizing it. Sell in May, go away did not work here. It did not work here. It did not work here. You think it's going to work here? Do you think it's going to work here? I mean, you guys, we went through Bitcoin's whole history 3 times. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 14. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Nope, 15, 16, 17. 17. That's right. It's over 15 years old. I know that. I'm just having a hard time remembering. 17. This will be the 17th. And out of, well, we don't know yet. Let's say out of 16, only 3 Mays, sell in May, go away, has actually worked. Only 3 times. Typically, it's sell in April, sell in March, sell in June, July, go away. Sell in May, go away is fugazi. It's nonsense. Now, let's just go over the bear markets. Well, sell in May, go away. There wasn't a May in this bear market. Maybe it wasn't a bear market. Maybe this was a big cycle in itself. Okay. Did it work here? Sell in May, go away? You could argue that it did. I mean, yeah, sure. It didn't not work. I mean, if you sold in May, go away, sure, it worked here, but sell in June, go away was better. Sell in July, go away, you had higher prices than you did at the end of May here. Sell in May, go away, we'll say it worked here, though. Yeah. Okay, it worked. It worked in the bear market. It did. Really, though, we lingered for a couple months, which we could be doing now. We really could be doing something similar to this right now. This bear market here, did sell in May, go away work? I don't think so. This is one of the ones that I think we said, okay, sure, it did, but like really it was sell in December, go away. Hell, even sell in March or February, go away. Made a lot more sense than sell in May, go away. But yeah, you did dump. I mean, it worked out for you if you did. If you sold in May and then you waited till the end of the year to buy, you did well for yourself. So yeah, 2 times in the bear. Look at that. 2 times. And both times in the bear market. That's nice. Sell in May, go away. It did not work in the last bear market. Again, if you sold in May and went away, it worked in that kind of sense that sure, you brought lower prices throughout the rest of the year, but really it was sell in April, sell in March. Again, that worked. Here we are in April, guys. Here we are in April, right around our 382, right around the golden ratio extension, right? The 382 not extension, but retracement. 382 retracement from the all-time high to this low, golden ratio extension from this high to this low, right in this pocket of resistance. Sell in May, go away if you want to. You're either going to be late, I think, statistically speaking, to the selling. You're not going to be optimalized with it. Or you might be early, and then June or July are the months to actually sell and go away. Either way, I think if we go back in time, especially in the bear markets, any time that you have sold in May and you waited until the end of the year, yeah, it worked. It worked out pretty well. And if you're one of those people who says, but this time is different. But this time is different. Yeah, shove that where the sun don't shine. This time is different. I've heard that before. I've said that before. Guess what? Those are the famous last words of anybody who's ever said them in this game, man. It's the 24th of April. I was going to do short-term stuff, but I don't know. Should I do it? If you're still here, you deserve it. Let's go. Let's do the short-term stuff. You already know what my thoughts are. We're going to move up. We're going to move up. Yeah, yes, we are. Yes, we are. I don't care what you think. We're moving up. 1 hour MACD looks bullish. 1 hour stochastics look bullish. The RSI is unbeatable. It's kind of neutral right now, to be fair, but so is the price action. But with a bullish posture. The 4 hour RSI is bullish. The stochastics are right at a point to bounce. They're bullish. The MACD's bullish overall as well. But I think we're coming to the end of our ropes. Again, what I'm expecting to see here is we're either going to go just above this high. We're going to get the little rabbit ears of destruction, the little cat's ears of death and malice, or we might get a monkey pump, an ape pump. We might get a crazy little rally here where we could go all the way up like to 85K, guys. We could cream these shorts sideways and then dump back down. It's either going to be extreme volatility that we see or minor volatility that we see. Either way, I don't care. Go up here, whatever. In the grand aspects of this move overall, we're at the end of it. We're at the end of it, okay? And my genuine belief is that we will have a hard time getting above 80K. And if we do get above 80K, it will be by like hundreds of dollars. It won't be by thousands of dollars. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong there. We'll see. I've been saying that for months, since February. The question then comes, are we breaking out of this range? Are we at this point where we break out, or like we've seen in prior cycles, are we going to kind of linger up here and maybe in May, maybe in June, July, we kind of come up a little bit? Like could we go up to 85K? Do we sell off here now? Do we see lower prices or like a higher low relative to this, and then we kind of work our way back up, and then June we come back, and it's a good time to sell in June as well. It could have been sell in April and sell in June and go away. I don't know. We'll see. We could still be in this range until June, July is all I'm saying. It doesn't have to break out now. And the way that I have the timing of this market lined out in my head, to me, it would make more sense to break out of this range in June or July. To me, it would make more sense to do it then. Just because it makes more sense to me doesn't mean that it has to be. And maybe we do. Maybe we get a breakout of this range right now. This would look like a breakout, wouldn't it? If we move down here by the end of April, if we move down here sometime in May, it would look like we're breaking out. But then we could move back up. We could back test this trend line for resistance. We don't have to come all the way back up to these areas. Maybe we're not breaking below this low. You could say we broke out of the range, but maybe we're not breaking below that low until June, July. And in which case, again, my consensus, my thought here overall, I say my consensus, I don't think that really makes sense. My consensus of thought, I guess, is that the bear market end will be in July, August, or September. And I'm thinking August specifically. These have been the thoughts that I've been sharing publicly since February began. I have nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, share it with a friend if you want to. Whatever the case may be. And I will see you on the next one, my friends. One thing's for certain, though. If we were breaking out to the upside, breaking out here, we would have more volume. This is what makes me the most skeptical of seeing prices that are above, like too much above 80K. I think it's about to be that time. I'm gonna try. Let's just see if CoinGlass loads for us here. Sick hair, bro. Fieldy on stepping away from corn. Fieldy, that was some dope hair, bro. You know it though. You can't step away from corn, man. It's in everything. Try. Your cereal, corn. Your milk, the cows eat corn. They eat grains. Yeah, they do, unless you get grass-fed. Even then, you know, I might go to that farm and sneak them a little ear of corn. You can't get away from it. One day, over the last day, the shorts are larger than the longs at these levels, okay? I understand if you're looking at this, you're going like the past 30 days, past 90 days, there are a lot of longs compared to shorts. But the thing is, guys, when people, there's a reckoning coming. There is a reckoning coming for the longs. There absolutely will be. I mean, we've got it piled on enough where a long squeeze is coming. Absolutely there is. You don't want to be in the way of that. But on the one-day time frame, on the short-term stuff, the shorts are still, I mean, $2 billion in a day, guys. They're still asking for it, and the momentum is still to the bullish side. We don't have to move that high. You don't have to get above 80K to crush $1 billion in shorts, okay? You don't even have to get above 80K. So we might just do that, cream the shorts a little bit more now that there's no selling pressure, and those shorts, whenever they get crushed, they have to buy, they're forced to buy back in. That adds to the buying pressure. You know, and this first gap here in volume happens at $1.5 billion. That's at 80.4K. We might go right there. We might go a little bit higher, you know, and there will probably be shorts piling on as we go, depending on how much shorts are piling on versus how many longs are piling on as we move higher. If that short pressure keeps coming, that's just fuel to the fire. Literally fuel to the fire at that point. It's like catching a knife, but a knife that's being thrown up at you, and you're catching with paper. It just tears right through you. I guess it'd be kind of easy to catch a knife that's being thrown up. You might bleed a little bit though. Anyways, getting away from the shenanigans. Yeah, it's not looking good for the bears in the short term, but in the long term, inevitably, over the weeks and months to come, yeah, the bulls are the ones that are going to be getting reamed, man. The stretching is nigh. The stretching is nigh. The stretching of bullish bungholes, and probably bearish ones too. Again, I really do believe a lot of people are going to get messed with here over the next week, man. It's going to be really interesting to watch. It's not going to be super interesting. I kind of already am knowing what to expect. I'm not trying to sound arrogant. My expectations is super bullish rhetoric here, so loud, and the bears are going to be pipsqueak quiet. They're going to be crickets, not loud at all. And then here, the bears are going to be super loud, the bulls are going to be super quiet, and then blah, blah, you know, it's probably not going to be a straight shot up or a straight shot down. It's going to mess with people. It's going to throw you off. It's really going to, yeah, screw with people's minds, and I'm just interested to see how the reactions go. It'll be the same as it has been throughout this whole range. Most excited at the highs, least excited at the lows, or maybe the bears are the most excited at the lows, and we'll play off of that sentiment. Hit that like button, subscribe. I'm rambling at this point. I'll see you on the next one. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Bitcoin has found its low. I hope that Bitcoin continues to rally. We go to 100K and we're in the next bull market. And we're really, in that sense, we were never out of the bull market. This is just a correction in what will be an overall super cycle. I hope I'm wrong. Please, please do that. We'll make so much more money in the short term that way. But I'm not making this video to be wrong. I'm making this video so that hopefully some of you can get slapped with reality of what's to come. But we'll see. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.